We and Derwent and the architects were looking at kind of, how the office of the future might look.
Here's a building that was 10% more efficient to build and uses 25% less energy than a typical new city office building. It's also one of the most hyped buildings in the UK this year.
Oh, by the way, one of the features of the White Collar Factory is a 150-metre rooftop running track.
So what is this whole White Collar Factory all about? Well, the clue is in its name, factory. In the mid-20th century, French architect and metalworker John Prouvé recognised that industrial buildings stood the test of time. Take a look at the Johnson Wax headquarters in Wisconsin. Built in 1939 by Prouvé's contemporary Frank Lloyd Wright, it is characterised by the generous volume and height that makes the modern office desirable today. Fast forward to 2003 and Derwent London's Tea Building, originally a block of early 20th century warehouses, has now been transformed into an office.
The key idea of the project was to do things better and smarter and in many ways simpler, to get rid of the layers of complexity that exist in buildings.
That's Simon Alford, the architect behind both the Tea Building and White Collar Factory. White Collar Factory was developed around 5 principles, which are tall ceilings, smart servicing, simple passive facade, deep plan, and concrete structure. Here's a little more detail.
We have volume in the floors, tall ceilings. We have 3.5 metres floor to ceiling. So that gives you great light, because you can get light further into the plan. It also means that the natural stack effect of heat rises and sits at the soffit. So you're not compressing the heat onto people, you're letting it escape, a bit like a cave.
Hang on, so tall ceilings mean less lettable space, right? So what does the project leader have to say about this?
There might be a loss of footage, but there's an increase in value. So it's not really rocket science, it's like living at home, or you want bigger spaces, you're attracted to bigger spaces. The key words are volume and light for us. And whatever the building, whether it's a brand new building or a building that we're converting, we're looking for that. Sometimes it's offset. You can win a few square feet with an addition, but generally we are opening up buildings and creating much better spaces.
Meet Rob Partridge, director at AKT2, who were the structural engineers on the White Collar Factory and whose offices now occupy the building.
So the concrete that you see on this building all around us effectively has 3 functions. Structurally, obviously it holds up the building, holds up the floors. Environmentally, so it works as part of the environmental system. We have cooling pipes that are actually cast into the concrete, which is very unusual in this country. And of course, thirdly, aesthetically, we don't have any finishes, so the concrete is very much expressing the architecture of the space.
Great, so what does it all look like? The 240,000 square foot commercial tower, which was subject to a 9-year research project, has 3.5 metre floor to ceiling heights, openable windows, a rooftop terrace cafe, restaurants and a cooking academy in the basement.
What I love about Simon is every project, he always says the next one will be even better. And having completed Angel, which was very successful, I did say to him, this one's going to be hard to beat, and he said, don't worry, we'll do it with the White Collar Factory.